Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome back Rich Rohde, a local activist here in the Rogue Valley. Rich, you've formerly with Oregon Action, some change undergoing. What's happening here?
Well, you know, in my life and in Oregon Action, it's time for some transition. And so after 27 years of working with a great organization with great people here in the Valley, I'm moving on to some new challenges, and Oregon Action has some great new staff leadership with Virginia Camberos from the Latino community kind of helping us build those networks that way. So there's been some changes, but some really good ones. Very good.
Well, you said 27 years. Tell us about some of the your proudest accomplishments there.
Well, you know, some of the things that I feel really are been important have been the work that Oregon Action and people have done for healthcare reform in Oregon. Very early on, we've been out pushing for healthcare for all and been worked significantly with Senator Bates, the legislature, to really move us towards healthcare reform, and we're seeing that now with Cover Oregon. You know, we've also were the first group that really studied and put forth the notion of a living wage and measuring it with the job gap study every year to look at that and really help move living wage policies and ideas through our valley and through the country. You know, we've done a lot of work with that's been successful with mobile park organizing and with people who've been organized in mobile parks when they're threatened to be put out of commission. And so some of those things are very positive, and we've got more to come.
Sure, of course, yeah. Now, you've been giving an honorary title by Oregon Action. Tell us what this is.
Well, you know, they can't figure out what to do with an old organizer, so they said Organizer Emeritus, which is sort of like a nice way to think about it. But somebody who can help mentor and work with people along the way, but no longer officially on the staff. Yeah,
and that's something that you plan on continuing to do, is working with young people as an activist, correct?
It is. You know, one of the things we're doing this coming weekend is a training for emerging activists, for aspiring activists 16 to 25. We're going to do it at the Medford Library. We've got some great resource people, leaders from Portland coming down, and we're going to be kind of seeing that a number of young people who want to step out into community work and community leadership kind of get some mentoring and some connection along the way.
Very good. Well, we're going to take a quick break.
Sure.
Much more with Rich in a moment. Stay with us.
Great. Thank you.
Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with activist Rich Rohde, formerly with Oregon Action. Rich, we're talking about grassroots organizations and activism. How are those changing with the times?
Well, you know, here in the Valley, we have a very diverse community, and Oregon Action and other organizations are really reaching out to bring in and integrate and involve people from the Latino community. Many groups are now involving Latinos in leadership and organizing positions, and so that's going to be a really critical role as we move forward. The organizations are also looking to involve youth more in the work that they're doing. And, you know, it's always a challenge here in the Valley because a lot of times our young people have difficulty finding jobs, moving to Portland. And so we need ways in which we're involving that youth energy and really moving forward on those kinds of issues.
What would you like to see in the future for social justice?
Well, you know, we still have a ways to go in terms of healthcare reform. We've got Cover Oregon just getting started, and it's going to mean Oregon can be a leader in healthcare reform, but we still haven't moved to healthcare for all. So the movement in Oregon is going to be moving from implementing great healthcare to how do we get to healthcare for all people is one of the issues. We still haven't done enough in terms of job creation and living wage jobs in the Valley, and that is an issue that's going to continue to rise up, and community organizations are going to be addressing how do we work with the low wage workers that are in the restaurants and other places that really are going to, you know, we're creating those low paid jobs, but how do we get to the living wage jobs? And I think that's going to be a strong future here in the Valley and across the country.
Very good. Rich, great to see you again. Thanks for coming down.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Craig.
it.
Appreciate it. Good job.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.